Hey everybody, we have a bit of a shorter lesson today, um, and a lesson that really, and part of that reason, is because it really piggybacks off of our last lesson that talked all about bullying. But today we're going to talk about a different type of bullying, and that is cyberbullying. Um, and that leads me, so first of all, obviously, do the three, I almost forgot, do the baseline. Go ahead and do that. It makes the most sense to just do it right away, like always. Um, Anyhow, the lesson objective is learn different ways to stand up to cyberbullying and kind of how to deal with cyberbullying. And we're going to figure that out by looking at different scenarios. So pretty similar to some of the lessons we've done before. And we're just going to kind of break apart how to react to scenarios that involve cyberbullying. Okay. So first of all, what is it? So according to the Oxford Dictionary, it's the use of electronic communication to bully a person, typically by sending messages of intimidation or of a threatening nature. It's bullying, but you're using a different means of doing it. It's a more in person, in less not not what I'm trying to say, less personable way of bullying. Uh, you used to have to go up to someone and do the classic kind of bullying where we all know about, push them over, call them names, intimidate them, whatever. Now with the advent of technology and all the great things that come along with technology, there also are negative things, and this is one of them. um, People now have the freedom to, in a very impersonable way, sit at home, in front of their computer, on their phone, whatever, and say mean things and degrade people and all sorts of that stuff. Um, they have been given access to do that. So how do we prevent it? Um, to stop it before it even happens, right? It's kind of the goal. Um, so there's some preventative measures you can take. Well, they say preventative, but a lot of it's like not. It's like when it's actually happened. Um, um, so here's some things you can do though. Block the sender, obviously. And they say block the sender like you're getting, maybe it is like a sender situation, like an email situation, but I would assume you see it more on social media platforms. So in that case, unfriend the person, unfollow the person, or whatever. Um, and block the account. You can actually go in and block an account. Close your account if need be. Um, Avoid provoking others. There's a line between a discussion and just bullying. Don't cross that line. Sure, maybe, you see political arguments and things like that all the time on social media. Make sure you're bringing up valid points. Make sure you're using data to back up those points. And if the person you're talking to messaging, whatever, isn't using valid points or is just um, arguing to argue and is trying to get under your skin, in that case, just leave the situation because it's not going to go anywhere. They just want to argue. They're not going to listen to facts. Um, Talk to an adult if need be. Talk to a parent. Mediate the conflict if you can. Obviously, if you're getting bullied to online, please get a parent involved. Please get a teacher involved. Please get someone involved. These things can escalate. These things can escalate into. There have been cases of people actually taking their own lives over um, cyberbullying. So, if you're caught in this trap, please contact someone. Um, Empathize with the target. I'm not going to cover that too much because we've gone over empathy a lot. Report the incident. Kind of talked about that already. Um, Tell the perpetrator to lay off. just like you would if you saw a bully in a hallway. Hey, that's not cool. Be an ally. Sure, create an anti-bullying. Usually there are anti-cyberbullying or anti-bullying campaigns on campus already. Like, I'm almost certain West has one. So you can go. So you don't even need to start one. You can go just join it. Talk to the administrator. I could be wrong though. Maybe I'm wrong. Then in that case, start one. Talk to the administration about school policy. Collect evidence. Screenshot things if you need to, and know your laws. Know the state's anti-bullying laws. So like I said, you guys are gonna take a scenario, break it down. We'll pretty much just read this. All I'm having you guys do for this one is read the scenarios and then read a scenario and then answer the question. So I did this scenario 1. So you guys have scenario 2 and scenario 3 to choose from. Pretty similar though. And so I'll go ahead and do that. So I just took these. You have bullet points, little arrows, and I just said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because there's whoop. Ooh, what did I do there? Whoop. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's your copy. And so I just converted the bullet points into numbers. And like I said, again, nothing crazy about this. These aren't even full sentences. This isn't an English class. Just answer the question. That's all I want. Just like pretty much all my other assignments. So Eric has had enough. This is scenario 1. He was tired of seeing his friend being picked on by a group of kids who made mean remarks on his friend's Facebook page. It's time he fought back and made some comments of his own. Okay, so friend getting picked on Facebook, Eric's mad. So how do you think he's feeling? He's frustrated and mad. They're picking on his friend. Like, of course, it's pretty normal. It's pretty justified. What do you think his friend is feeling? Well, he's probably sad, mad, and embarrassed. Like, it's, a lot of people see what, that's a point of social media. A lot of people are seeing what's going on here. And that's embarrassing. Why do you think the group of friends made that, I kind of cut off here, made the negative comments on his friend's Facebook page? Just like in bullying, for attention and make themselves feel better. They're trying to make themselves feel better. Just like regular bullying is what I meant by that. They're trying to make themselves feel better by putting someone else down, right? And what comments might Eric be thinking of making, and what are the possible consequences of these comments? Well, offensive and possibly destructive. I say destructive because even though I think, Eric is mad and he's standing up for his friend, and that's all great, people look at your social media when you're applying for jobs. When pretty much all big, like you guys have heard this all the time. Once it's out there, it's out there. So if you say something mean and rude, that can make you look really bad, especially if they're offensive ones. Now, what could Eric do to stop this to stop the cyberbullying? Well, really, for this question, you can pretty much copy and paste from this page. Close the account, avoid provoking others, talk to an adult, mediate the conflict. I just said unfriend them. And then, really, if he keeps having problems, it's up to his discretion, but he can, get an adult involved if need be. So, that's the assignment. Pretty straightforward. Remember, don't do scenario 1. Do scenario, because I did that one. So do scenario 2 and 3. There's one other thing I want to talk about. For scenario 3, it says name at least 3. You just have to name 1. You don't need to name 3. So if you want to name 3, go ahead. All right. Well, good luck. Email me if you have any problems or questions.